Men of Reddit, what is one thing that you keep from your so that could end the relationship? I don't like her mother. To me, she's a bad person who tries to see the bad in the others and who sees people who work as service, retail, etc. as below her. I've yet to hear her say something nice about someone who isn't herself. I'm curious about her own views on her mother. She has actually talked to me about this. She loves her mother, but doesn't want to have certain traits her mother has. Ever since she sexually assaulted me, I vomit after we have sex. You deserve better. I'm sorry. If I were to be absolutely honest, it would be the depth of my depression. My wife is great, but I don't think she can handle this. She don't know that I spent months late last year and into this one crying every single day. I would find a few minutes to myself in the shower, in the bathroom, or just a few moments at work, and I'd just think about how hopeless things were and how unhappy I was. I keep fighting the depression and most days are better than bad, but the bad days are soul crushing. I keep putting up a happy face because of our kids, but I'm afraid that this is going to crash me someday. If you're holding on to your last thread for the sake of the kids, then get some therapy for the sake of the kids. I went to school with a girl whose father killed himself after everyone else was away for the day. Family didn't know he was depressed at all, and his body was found in the woods behind the house after they were looking for him for hours. No child should see that. If you're holding on for them, get help while you can still justify it to yourself in your current state of mind. It leaves some nasty aftermath. The reason we are together today is because I called to reconnect a couple years after we broke up. I thought I was calling someone else. Man, I had this exact issue with an ex. We haven't dated at any point. It was just a middle school crush that I met again in college, but never spoke to. We were in different careers. I stopped talking to her quickly and for like a year. Then I called her by mistake while trying to call someone else. That mistake took me to a path of meeting one of the most amazing persons in my life. Things didn't work out, and we end in bad terms. But it certainly was curious how something so small changed my life in so many ways. Our extremely high maintenance child has crippled our relationship. I really think we are both thinking this, but don't say it. An extremely high maintenance child will probably have a significant impact on everything in your life. And the relationship is one of those things. Sometimes I watch shows we're watching together without her because she is super extroverted and wants to talk to me during. It usually starts as us discussing plot details and always ends up evolving into her trying to give an entire TED talk. I enjoy having short exchanges of thoughts about the plot, but I'd prefer to watch and enjoy the story and then discuss it after it. We've talked about it and she understands how I feel, but inevitably ends up doing it again. She would be upset if she found out, but it allows both of us to enjoy the show the way we both want to. Mine is the opposite. She falls asleep halfway through the show, so I end up watching another episode. Dude, same. Every freaking night. End up watching the same episodes night after night. The real Groundhog Day. She likes to poke fun at me for taking so long for us to start officially dating after being friends, then more than friends for a while. I just smile and nod and go with it, but she was suicidal for a lot of our early time together, and I was all she really had. There were lots of 2 AM drives to her house to talk her down. Knowing that she might die if I ended things was a massive weight on me, and it took more than a year for me to be confident that I made the choice to get serious with her because I love her and not because I didn't want her to die. I see no reason why she needs to know this, because she would 100% doubt that I truly love her. You're a solid cat. I've been in your shoes. I like these threads because on one side it's teehee, I leave a flower by the door every time I'm gone for the day and she doesn't know it's me. And on the other it's I'm the one who murdered your mother because she was an old deaf hag, and I swear to God, if you become her I'll kill you too. Apostrophe. Sometimes I watch shows alone because I want to enjoy things without each scene or line having a 75% chance of being followed by sarcasm or a joke. I love her humor, but sometimes it will detract from things I find sentimental or sad. I want to feel things too. Wow, I do this. Damn. Need to change like 59 things about myself today. I see myself in some of these complaints. Congrats on your self-awareness. No sarcasm here. Completely serious. It's tough to be self-aware, and you just did that. Next step is action. Good luck. Almost all of the ones I've read are super wholesome, and I envy your wives. Except the milk carton guy. Absolute lunatic. I had to go look for this. Link for others. https://www.reddit.com/r/askment/comments/y5webl/men_of_edit_. What underscore is underscore one underscore thing underscore that underscore you underscore keep/isk1u3 meters utm underscore medium equals android underscore app and utm underscore sourc equals sharenccontext equals 3. Lol. That was a good one. Offend me, will you? I'm writing my name down. I'll let the dogs in the room, they aren't allowed sometimes. I think she knows. But she's threatened to kill me before leaving me. So who knows? Rip Jose. Nice knowing you all. Sometimes I go to the movies without my wife, because I'm a huge movie buff and fan of the theater experience. And she can't stand still for the movie long enough to pay attention. I get the big popcorn tub and soda with ice cream to top it off. Edit. This is by the most upvotes I've had, so much mahalass for everyone who has upvoted this post. I love my wife very much. Aloha. Self-care is really important for a happy relationship. If I found out my husband would go to the cinema without me, I wouldn't mind. Good for you for treating yourself. You're awesome, but she's sensitive when it comes to movies because she knows how invested I'm into them, and she feels like she keeps me from that, so I do what I can to avoid making her feel like that. I think her dad wants to die, but his strong Catholic faith won't let him, and frankly I would help him. He's miserable and he makes everyone else miserable. He's on the fast track to palliative care. He's had a very full life and I only got to see the very end of it, when he'd already lost control of half his brain and most of his body. He doesn't deserve to fade like this. If I'm right, and I'm damn sure I am, he's the poster child for euthanasia. I'd never tell her this. This is a very underrated and serious comment. I'm with you. Except it's my father. Sometimes when she is not around I buy chocolate, eat it and don't save some for her. Can't you be nice and just F a hooker in your front yard? This comment took me off guard XD. But if you have a guard and a hooker, a triangle of interest, so to say. If I prioritized myself in the relationship similar to how she does, there would be no relationship. Gonna be honest, man. That doesn't sound like a good relationship, but also I DK anything about you guys, so what do I know? Yeah, I got out of a relationship like that a couple months ago, and this comment hit home. She was really selfish. She clearly didn't love me enough, but now I'm actually doing pretty good. It surely feels good to talk to a woman about something I care about, and they at least pretend to care, lol. Hope Op can make it work, if that's what he wants. I tried. She was even the one to break up with me, and even though I miss her, I don't feel sad most of the time. Going through the same thing right now. I know she loves me, but for her the future is to do whatever the hell she wants, or what her mother wants her to do, and then me following her. Whatever I want or say, there's always a reason her way is better. Otherwise the relationship was great in many ways, so this F sucks. I swear. I admit to something on one single thread, and then afterwards all I see are posts geared towards it. Don't say too much. It's a trap. I'm a far better cook than her, but I just tell her that her cooking is better so she feels good about herself. Me and the kids have a more pleasant weekend when she goes away. It's like a blanket of calm envelopes us, and we have a great time. She knows it, but she doesn't know it. We miss her and all, but when she comes home it's like the kids start to argue with each other, and the baby cries a little bit more. I get a little bit annoyed. I hide it though, but you know, we had a lovely weekend and it's over. Edit. Just to be clear, I'm a dad that is home 4 o'clock every single workday and I'm involved with my kids. I cook all our meals and are as big of a presence in our house as she is. I also sleep with the baby every night cause that is what works best for us. So the kids are most likely not very insecure with me. Some of the things my mental illnesses make me think that would make her worry needlessly. I don't want my internal issues to become a burden on her. So where we live, you can write your name and number on milk cartons and throw it with rest of the paper trash for recycling. You win money if your carton gets pulled. My wife is really into it. Make sure to write her name and number on every one. And if I'm the one to throw one, I write her name and number for her, and she is thankful for it. Now, I don't recall what she did, but it had me really annoyed at her. I had finished a carton of milk and cleaned it out and folded it for disposal. This is probably the most petty thing I've ever done in our relationship. As a way to get back at her, I wrote my name and my number instead of hers. I'm taking it to the grave. Edit. Wow. Thank you for the gift. Edit 2. And thank you all for the awards. I didn't expect my silly little story of my pettiness to be my most upvoted and awarded Reddit interaction. She was the first person I ever slept with. Potentially wouldn't end the relationship on its own, but it would bring up a lot of other awkward questions about other things I lied about when we first got together. She knows, bro, that she is partly to blame why I have lost interest in my hobbies. I used to have hobbies that I enjoyed doing. Then came, why are you spending money on that stuff, while at the same time telling me to go do them? Can't have the both worlds. You aren't the only one who agreed to get married for the kids. This feels loaded. That's because it is. She thinks she settled for me, for the kids, and that I got lucky in having her as my wife. The truth of the matter is that I never wanted to get married, and were it not for the fact that I wanted, and truly love, to be in my children's lives, we wouldn't have gotten married. It's shitty she'll let you know this. She could at least have the decency to respect you as a human being and not tell you this. I thought about reading some of these comments to my wife. Then I realized it would be a trap and she would ask, well, what's your secret? I choose life.